came across this old Steve Harvey clip from The View. I think it's a few years old, but it has some interesting things that I want to talk about.
I'd recommend everybody go to Africa.
Beautiful place.
It's the birthplace of mankind.
That's right.
But for African Americans, I think it's even more special. You know, to wake up and not have to be conscious that you're black.
Yeah.
Just to be able to wake up and walk outside and you just yourself today.
Yeah.
You don't have to filter that in. There's not a day that I can wake up over here that I don't have to filter that in. I have to factor that in.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, when I'm being pulled over, when I'm hailing a cab, when I'm in the, you know, you got to filter.
What Steve Harvey says is a bunch of junk. He recommends that everybody go to Africa. There are over 300 million people in America, and most of them can't even afford to buy eggs and gas. And he's talking about going to Africa? Get out of here. Then he said something about Africa being more special to African Americans. What exactly is an African American? If you were born in America, aren't you an American? What makes you an African American? There are some African Americans living in the United States, but they don't look like what the media is telling us they look like. Not in all cases, anyway. Some of them are black people that came from Africa, but there are others who are white Africans who live in America. They are truly African Americans, not people that were born here in the United States that have African ancestry that goes back hundreds of years. That doesn't make you an African American. That makes you an American with African ancestry. If people would start to embrace America and our culture and our heritage, we could turn America into a special place. But because we keep pointing at one another, picking at one another, looking at outward appearance, worrying about what group we fall into, instead of realizing that we're all Americans, we're all human beings, and that's what matters. I was fortunate enough to travel the world from the time I was 6 years old, and that shaped who I am today. I don't look at the world through color. I see color everywhere I go, and that's what makes the world so wonderful. That's what makes America so wonderful. We don't all look alike, and we're never gonna all look alike. That's not what God's plan is for us. He made us diverse for a reason, but it wasn't so we could separate ourselves by our outward appearance. God is not concerned with our outward appearance. It's our heart that He's concerned with. How we treat people, how we relate to people matters. How we relate to Him matters. Our outward appearance is never going to be important to Him, so why is it important to us? It's a very petty and selfish thing to be concerned about outward appearance. It's not going to get us anywhere. It's just going to keep us fighting and arguing. We live in the United States of America. This is our country. Let's turn it into something special and stop fighting amongst each other.